This is Travis Wayne Goodsell, and this is the introduction for the new video series that I will be working on. In April 1997, my first wife abandoned the marriage, took our kids away from me. She did not get permission from the law. She got permission from the church. She got permission from my family. She didn't get permission from me. The laws of the land does not consider that a crime. And I was extorted to pay the ransom money with no guarantee that I'd ever see my kids again, and I haven't. And on February 1st, 2019, the state of Utah got involved in taking away my second wife. And so the gloves are off. The church is going down. And this video series will present to you what a true LDS Mormon church president, prophet, seer, revelator, and the neglected translator would do. But as you know, none of them have. So the abuse is going to stop, Mormons. If you guys won't change your heart, change your ways, then you're going to be exposed. And no YouTube Mormon employee is going to stop it. No abusive comments from Mormons is going to stop it. No thumbs down is going to stop it. You guys have seen my videos. You know I can destroy the church because it's not of God. And you'll remember the Book of Mormon. Or actually, it's the Doctrine and Covenants. Sorry. Contend against no church, but the church of the devil. Church is going down. It's on. Okay. The other observation video of just my observations, it's not a, well, it has substance because I'm going over the evidence from my videos of Mormon abuse. And yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning now, so it's taking longer than I originally thought. Maybe the Mormon is back on duty. Here's the Super Bowl treats I had. So yeah, I'm gonna be snacking on these. Mountain Dew, of course. Not the diet. Mistakenly bought a diet the other day. Okay. But Canadian Mountain Dew. No caffeine. And they add orange juice. Real orange juice, not flavoring. So, that was cool. I don't know why they don't make it in the United States. I guess it wasn't a seller, I guess, but oh well. Alright. I have a Mormon pedophile video coming. Because, yeah, I'm going for the jugular, Mormons. You guys are pedophiles. Why do you think there was the Protect LDS Children organization that got started up? Why do you think the church now allows children and women to have a witness to go with them. They can't record, so it wasn't a full change by the church. But the church had to cave because they didn't want to be seen as abusing children. Yet they still are. Since 1970, there have been over 300 sexual assault accusations against the church. Over 300. And not all of them were about children. There were some men that were involved, and there were also a lot of women. And guess what? Guess who also is accused, or was accused, he's dead now, of sexual assault. He was driving alone in the car with a woman, and whether it's true or not, we'll never know. Apparently she was at least paid off in a settlement, and so in those cases the victim who settles has to keep it quiet as to the amount of money that they received, and can no longer discuss the case because it's resolved. And that's what the church does. They just pay people off, and in accordance with the laws, people can no longer talk about it, and they can no longer discuss how much money they received in compensation in the settlement. And so, yeah, Monson, Thomas S. Monson, was accused of sexual assault when he was driving a woman alone in the car or truck or whatever he was driving in. And we don't know if he's guilty or not, but you know, the accusation was made and the case was settled, and so you never heard of it. I had insider information on this. So that's how it works. The church doesn't pursue innocence because they're not. You know, the guilty have been given mercy in our alteration of the laws of the land by allowing themselves to plead guilty to lesser charges, or to pay a fine or a settlement. So there's really not much in the way of justice for the victims, but that's the best that our corrupt nation can come up with for victims of abuse. And so, yeah, over 300 since 1970. And that was the statistics that I get that from were from several years ago. So I don't know how many more have been added since then. I'm aware of certain cases that have risen since then. Excuse me, there's a returned missionary, female missionary, who she has videos. Burping the Mountain Dew. She has videos on YouTube of the case, and I don't know the resolution on that, but it's most likely all like all the others. The church settles, pays her off, and she remains silent. And then there was the woman who didn't get justice from the church, who went to the former state or mission president's ward. I believe it was in Arizona. And she went to his ward and got up during fast and testimony meeting to denounce him in front of his congregation. And the bishop got up to try to silence her, to remove her from the pulpit. Man, the abuse and the cover-ups. You can't cover it up, Mormons. It's not the true church. And yet, I'm not going to do pedophilia on this one, because, well, I need to do pedophilia. Maybe I'll combine it. I don't know. But Mormons, are you really that evil? Because you're going to put a thumbs down. That means you're evil. That means you agree with being evil. You accept that. Here, let me go over the list because it's getting huge now. That's the wrong list. There it is. That means Mormons, you are okay with the church being involved with priestcraft. You know from the Book of Mormon that's not God's way. God does not have priestcraft. That's not his true church. Yet the church is doing priestcraft. So why aren't you leaving? I can therefore only assume you're okay with priestcraft. And they're not seers. No revelations. Nothing. So I guess you're okay with that. You're okay with leaders of the church who do not lead and guide you, who do not walk beside you, helping you find the way, teaching you all that they must know, or they want you to know. A little ad hoc primary hymn there. And they're not translating. I told you, the brass plates are here. They're on earth, and you guys don't care. You don't want more scripture. You guys just don't care. You don't care to have the Bible corrected. Even though you have article of faith, you don't care, apparently. You're that evil. This is what it means, Mormons. You are so evil that you just don't care that the church is evil. It's run by Lucifer, and you don't care. You just don't care. You're like Trump followers. Oh, Trump's the greatest president. He was called of God to save America and make America great again. Those immigrant terrorists are rapists, and they're going to destroy America, not Trump. Seriously? Are you going to pull that stunt in the church? Seriously? And yeah, the church is corrupt. They use the mafia tactics. I have shown you in the other video I just did, and it's uploading right now. It's at 62%, 9 minutes remaining, of Cheryl, who just doesn't get it. You can't use mafia tactics. I'm watching The Sopranos also. I'm going through their shows again. I did way back when Hollywood Video was out, but yeah, I'm going over it again on Amazon. And so it's the exact same tactics. I've respectfully watched your video, now you owe me, and you have to watch my video. Clickbait. Seriously. But that's the tactics of corruption, and Mormons don't care. We don't care. We love corruption. Mormons are all about corruption and about following Lucifer and his plan of salvation for all, not just for some. Did you catch that? Mormons, you know this. Lucifer wanted to save everybody by forcing their agency, taking it away. So what is the church doing, forcing other people's agency who don't want to be members of the church? I'm speaking about Proposition 8. I'm speaking about the Colorado Baker. I'm speaking about medical marijuana, Prop 2 here in Utah. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Why is the church imposing celestial morality, as they call it, on those who don't want it? That's Lucifer's plan of happiness. Why is the church doing Lucifer's plan of happiness and calling him by the name of Jesus? See this picture right here? The wolf eating the cute little lammy whammy. I love that picture. I did that for Trumpism because there's like I added words to make it a meme. So that's about Trump, but I can do it for the church too. And Mormons don't care. They embrace it. We worship Lucifer. Hail Satan, Lord and Master. Seriously? Is this what it means to be a member of the Church of Lucifer Christ of Latter-day Saints? Hey, there's the title, I think. I belong to the Church of Lucifer of Latter-day Saints. I know who I am. I know I'm corrupt. Do the gods. Okay. Mormons, what is with you? So I better write that down because I'm going to forget. We'll just do Mormons belong. I can't even spell this early in the morning. Lucifer Church. And yes, you are. Remember the Book of Mormon? Remember the great and abominable church? And the founder of it is Lucifer? It's in the Book of Mormon. You guys say the Book of Mormon is true. You did it yesterday at the pulpits of each and every single ward. I know the church is true. I know the Book of Mormon is a translated document by the power of God. It is true. You all did it. You all are witnesses. And yet the Book of Mormon, you don't believe it. You get up, you speak the words, but you don't believe. Because otherwise you'd be running from the church. Because you would liken the scriptures unto yourself, and you'd realize, hey, wait a minute, the church is doing exactly what the great and abominable church is doing. They are building themselves up as a light in order to get praise and money, gain, priestcraft. That's what the great and abominable church was. And the many women. Polygamy. Oh, but the church doesn't practice it even anymore, even though women cannot be separated from their husband after they get divorced. Yeah, they're not practicing polygamy? Uh-huh, whatever. Why can't I get drunk on Mountain Dew? I hate alcohol. Anything that smells bad, I ain't touching it. I ain't getting near it. So, yeah. And apparently my DNA says I can't handle alcohol anyway. Yeah, my DNA from 23andMe, not Family Tree that has been working in connection with the FBI. That has been exposed now. So, yeah, 23andMe still okay, except I'm concerned about the psychiatric evaluations they're trying to pull. No, you're not going to be able to make the connection between the pseudoscience and real science. Ain't going to happen, guys. But anyway, yeah, they said that I can't handle liquor. And so, yeah, if I have a glass or maybe a sip of alcohol, I'm going to be going, just from smelling it alone, I get gag reflexes going on. So, yeah. But then coming from California, we have the Crown beer. And I lived in Crown, California, Corona. And so, yeah, everybody would say, oh, yeah, it's made in Mexico, where they all stand around the vat and they urinate in it. Yeah, okay, I want to drink beer. Woo! So, yeah, I have no problems with the word of wisdom. But did you know, Mormons, that you have to exercise also? How else do you think you're going to run and not be weary and walk and not faint? You got to exercise. I'm not taking alcohol or caffeine from Mountain Dew. But exercise? No, I'm not exercising. Sorry guys, you can't get a temple recommend. You're not exercising. You're violating the word of wisdom. You have to be an adherent of the word of wisdom in order to get a temple recommend. And each and every single one of you who are not exercising are lying in your temple recommend interview. But you don't care. You don't care. Because you're corrupt, and you don't care about being corrupt. You worship Lucifer, Lord and Master. You know, there's like those worst case scenarios. There was a movie, an old black and white movie, Rosemary's Baby. Wow. Talk about nightmares, scary situations. A young, newly married couple move in to a new subdivision and a new house. I'm thinking subdivision. Maybe it was an older neighborhood, similar to, was it Hot Fuzz or was it the other movie? Well, anyway. But yeah, Hot Fuzz or whatever, the guy who did Shaun of the Dead, had a case where a police officer was so strict and rigid that they didn't want him in the city, so they banished him out into the countryside to deal with the case there that nobody has been able to handle. And it turns out there's a secret coven by the town's members, and he cracks it wide open and puts an end to it, along with comedy throughout. But yeah, that's the worst case scenario, is that you find out that the religion you've grown up in worships Lucifer. Because other people on the outside, they think that because Mormons go through a temple ritual that we worship Lucifer. I have been born and raised in the temple. I went to the temple in Los Angeles back when they said you had to commit suicide. I know that. I remember that still. That left an impression on me. You know, I was going, oh man, what did I get myself into here? Okay, now it's processing, 10%, 54 seconds, 2 minutes. Yeah, it's just starting the processing, 12% now. And so, yeah, there was no satanic worship. You know, I didn't see any. They didn't tell us we had to worship Satan. Satan makes an appearance in the video saying, if you don't live up to your covenants that you make in the temple, in these walls, in this temple this day, you will be under my power. And so we're supposed to be scared that we need to obey our husbands. Yes, women, if you don't obey your husbands, you will be under Lucifer's control. See, I had more to add to the abusing women video. You know, I told you that did you want more? I could give you more, but it was at 30 minutes already, so I didn't want to go any further because I had to add the introduction part. And so it just blows my mind how Mormons don't care. They refuse to listen to anybody who says, hey, this is not good. This is not right. You shouldn't be involved in this. You become, they used it on an episode the other day when I was watching, accomplices after the fact. Accomplices, or I can't, it was something after the fact. You know, it was about Tony Soprano's sister's new husband. He dies. I think it was a sister who killed him, or I can't remember. But Tony comes back home after taking care of the body, and is sitting on the couch with his wife, and his wife is saying, "So what happened? What's going on?" And he's saying, "You know, I don't want to tell you because then you'll be accomplice after the fact, or I can't remember the A word that he used there. I think it's accomplice after the fact. I can't remember. And so, yeah, that's what Mormons are. You know of the abuse that's going on. You're told of the abuse that's going on. And yet you don't do anything about it. You still keep going to church. You still keep paying your tithing. You still go to the temple. You still give loyalty to the prophets when they go and speak to you guys in conference. When there is abuse, you have to stand up against it. You cannot allow it in the least degree. It must be stopped immediately. In the good old days, moms used to use soap to wash out their sons' foul mouths. Yes, I have a personal experience with that. My mom used to wash my hair as a kid. And when we lived in Placentia, it was I don't know why she didn't do it in the tub, so she did it in the sink, and the bathroom sink. And the bathroom that we had for the four of us kids was a 2-sink bathroom. And so I would lie down on the sink counter with my head over the sink, and then my mom would wash my hair from there. And I was complaining, it's too hot, it's being a little bratty kid, you know, a spoiled white kid of privilege. That's who I was, you know. And my mom got sick and tired of me complaining about the hot water. Oh, it's now too cold. And so she shoved soap in my mouth. And it was gross. But that used to be what people used to do, you know, when they would swear. But I was complaining. You're burning my scalp. You're freezing my scalp. Ah! I was shocked. Is that child abuse? Can I get reparations for all these years? Maybe I can sue the church and they'll settle. But I've already seen what the church does. First, they try to silence you without settlement. And, in my case, I was removed from society for 6 years of my life, under the orders of the church, abusing the court process. So yes, I know the evil, the depths of evil that run the church. And yes, Mormons, apparently you're okay with that. It's like a nightmare situation. Just like, I think it's Hot Fuzz. Let me check. I want to know. No, not two T's. Hot Fuzz movie. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Because he's a cop. Yep. Yeah. Drama parody film. A former London constable finds it difficult to adapt to his new assignment in the sleepy British village of Sandford. Not only does he miss the excitement of the big city, but he also has a well-meaning oaf for a partner. However, when a series of grisly... and I gotta click more to continue on with that. But yeah, that awesome show. Gotta see it, because it totally relates to the church. Because on the outward appearance, when you first move to Utah, everybody's friendly. Oh, welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to Utah. Have you heard about the Book of Mormon? Are you a member? We got the church just down the road. And then, when they find out, you're evil! And no longer do they fellowship you. You have not conformed, and therefore you are unworthy. And all hell breaks loose for you. The true side of Mormonism emerges. And then you understand the bumper sticker that says, "Welcome to Utah, now go home." Yep. So, yeah, that's Utah Mormons. The dark side. They don't love. They don't care that they don't love. They are so dark and evil that they don't even see the corruption of their soul. All right, processing's done. So, yeah. So maybe there is no hope for Mormons. Maybe they're past feeling. And that would make sense, which means they're ripe for destruction. And Mormons understand that because it's in the Book of Mormon. And they just got up yesterday and said the Book of Mormon is true, that they are ripened for destruction because they need to liken the scriptures unto themselves. So, alrighty. So, yeah. I hope you're not hearing this, because I might have to put an adult rating on this. Of course, if you are hearing this, maybe YouTube's censors are picking it up and going, "Oh, you're quoting from The Sopranos, and that's a banned thing you can't put on YouTube," and it's background noise. And so, yeah. Unbelievable, Mormons. Stop the abuse. Are you past feeling? Apparently not, because I'm willing to bet this video will get thumbs down. And all of you can be witnesses to the pure evil of Mormonism. Just count up the number of thumbs down on these videos that I'm doing. Because apparently they're not commenting anymore, except for Cheryl, who's thinking she can threaten me on my own channel. "You owe me. You have to go to clickbait now." I should ban her. Alright. So, oh man. Okay, yeah, we're done. For now, I'm coming back with more until the last Mormon leaves the church, or until God finally fulfills his prophesied promises and destroys Utah from the face of the map. The only problem is that I might have to leave in order for Utah to be destroyed. You know, the whole Lot thing. "Oh, would you destroy," or Abraham actually. He's talking to the three angels, messengers, and they're saying, "We're going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah." And Abraham goes, "Oh, wait, Lot's there. Well, you better get him out." And "Would you destroy it if there were 100 righteous?" "Yeah, we would not destroy it if there were 100 righteous." "Would you destroy it if there were 10 righteous?" "Yeah, we would not destroy it if there..." So, yeah, Utah has been left alone for too long. And that's the whole point. Mormons have been led to believe that because their prophets have not been removed from authority, as they believe, that therefore they're the true church. Seriously. They think that if a leader of the church is wicked, God will instantly strike them down at that very second. And because God has not done that, therefore the prophets are true prophets of God. Has God struck down any wicked person instantly? No, he doesn't. Even the Book of Mormon says, "I am allowing the Lamanites to exist and prosper because they are going to be a scourge to stir you up in remembrance of your covenants." So yeah, the Lord does indeed let the sun shine on the wicked and the good. So, sorry Mormons, that logic don't hold. You know, look at Brigham Young. Look at how long he lasted. Look at how corrupt he was. He's the cause. So, yeah, okay. So let me get to the other video and then do the upload for this one. An hour and I'll go running, I guess.